My name is James Hill, and I'm going to demonstrate a rehab cost estimating tool that I've developed. It's based pretty heavily off of the estimating concepts that are written about in the book Flip by Rick Villani and Clay Davis. I'm a contributor to the book, and I'm in regular communications with the author, and he's a business partner, a friend of mine. And this is something that we've been playing with to help compensate for some of the weaknesses in our current system. So what this is a tool that anybody can use to go into a property and quickly assess repair costs without being an expert. And it's very accurate. So I've filled out some of the information in advance. I put in the property address. There's property type that you can fill in. You can tell whether it's urban, suburban, or rural. There are some design standards that we will, or finish out levels that we'll go into more in a minute. There's basic, standard, and designer that we allow for. And then some things like, is the property vacant or occupied? Is there a risk of vandalism? Is there an HOA present? And then we allow for inputs like the square footage of the house. In this case, we said it's a 1,500 square foot house built in 1950. We could change these things. Some of these numbers will dictate the behavior of the tool, because there's an algorithm that runs on the back end that runs the repair cost estimating portion of this, and it's tied to the inputs that you put into this first screen. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage house. There's carpet as the primary flooring. We could have said it's tile or hardwood. We can also change the percentage of coverage. Most houses are 80-20 coverage, but if this house is 70% carpet, then the remainder can be tile, vinyl, hardwood. In this case, we'll say tile, and you can see that there's 70% carpet flooring and 30% tile flooring. We can also put in the inputs as far as the foundation type, pier and beam, concrete slab, other, roof pitch, which will drive the roof calculation, and then siding, the exterior cladding, whether it's siding or masonry. So once you input that information, the behavior of the tool has been set. And as you go through and you click off the different things that you want to do, say you want to do demolition, clean out, and haul off, you can see it's very click friendly. You go through and just enter the information that you want to do this property. You don't have to be an expert to know if you need new appliances or need new countertops. You just say, yes, I need them, or no, I don't. Additionally, we finish off the rest of the rehab portion here. So these are all the cosmetic items in a house, or broad buckets of common categories of cosmetic items. We can also say, for demolition and clean off, we said yes, no here. We can say high, low. We said yes, we want to do demolition and clean out, but maybe we have an average amount, maybe we have an excessive amount. If we do, you can see the tool will recalculate based on the inputs you give. So sheetrock cracks and repairs, most houses need about $1,350 that are 1,500 square feet, and if we wanted to make that excessive, we could, and you can see the numbers go up from there. Some of the things have been calculated for you in the setup of the tool. So if we skip over paint and go to the exterior paint, it says siding exterior. Had I said this was a masonry house, the description would change, and the dollar pricing would change as well, because masonry houses do not need as much paint as a sided house. So in this case, the cost behind that number changes. And sometimes we don't paint the entire exterior of the house, sometimes we do a partial. So I allow for partial or complete, or average or excessive, or whatever is appropriate for the category. Appliances, sometimes same thing, we do partial, sometimes we do complete. So the user doesn't have complete control, but they can say yes, no, yes, I want to do something, and they can say high, low. I think this is a lot or a little based on their perception of the repair that we're covering. So you can see there's 2 scopes of work. There's a full scope that we've gone through, and there's a light scope. And sometimes you want to run 2 analysis. Sometimes you want to say, okay, what if I don't do the tile? What if I leave it alone? What if I do partial appliances instead of all the appliances? See how the numbers change as we go. Plumbing fixtures, maybe I don't want to do all the plumbing fixtures, maybe I want to do partial. And so you might have 2 different scopes of work, and the whole tool works this way. As you go down through the tool, you can see the numbers calculating at the bottom and at the top. This is right now a $21,000 rehab if we did everything we put on our wish list, or it's a little less than $10,000 if we don't do everything. There are some additional triggers that I've put into the